Theory of Essay and Cosmology by Thierry Delors, May 2020. In this video we are going to expose a theory named Theory of Essay and Cosmology by Thierry Delors, May 2020. Prologue. To begin with, 3 important points concerning this video. We have exposed in a video YouTube a modern theory of ether new presentation. It is not at all necessary to have seen it in order to understand this video that is mainly independent. The theory presented in this video is completely exposed. In the article Theory of Dark Matter and Dark Energy version 2, Applied Physics Research, volume 10, number 5, 2018, author Thierry Delors, open access, and also on Dijkstra, ResearchGate, HAL Internet Archive. In the book Théorie d'or 10e édition, author Thierry Delors, editions Books on Demand, Paris, 2020. This book presents a complete modern theory of ether, including fields of special and general relativity. It is in French. Plan of the lecture. This lecture is divided in 2 main parts. In the first part, we expose the theory of dark matter by theory of ether. In the second part, we expose the new cosmological model, expansion of the universe, dark energy, proposed by the theory of ether. Theory of dark matter. Plan. The theory of dark matter contains itself 3 main parts. First part, the 3 main enigmas concerning dark matter. Second part, the resolution of those enigmas by the theory of ether. And third part, conclusion. Introduction. What is the interest of this theory? Up to date, it exists non-consistent nor satisfying theory of dark matter. The proposed theories, for instance Mond theory, revealed to be very unsatisfying and limited. The theory of dark matter exposed here is the most general and complete theory of dark matter ever proposed. The 3 main enigmas connected to dark matter. Now we are beginning to present the first part, meaning of the theory of dark matter, meaning the 3 main enigmas connected to dark matter. The galaxies with a flat rotation curve. Some special galaxies have been observed called galaxies with a flat rotation curve. In those galaxies, the velocity of stars is approximately the same and independent from their distance to the center of the considered galaxy. This rotation curve is represented on figure 2 here. But if we take into account only the visible mass, the curve should be approximately the curve illustrated on figure 1, and consequently decrease with the distance to the center. The baryonic law of Thole-Fisher. The second enigma is the baryonic law of Thole-Fisher. Some observations, in particular made by Stacy McGaugh, have established. In a galaxy with a flat rotation curve, if v is the velocity of rotation of the stars and m the total baryonic mass of the galaxy, we have m equals k v power 4, k being a constant. The galaxy clusters. The third enigma concerns galaxy clusters. We remind that galaxy clusters are celestial objects constituted of a great number of galaxies. In order to estimate the mass of galaxy clusters, we use the virial theorem. That is here, virial theorem. The squared of V moy is of the order of Jm divided by R, m mass of the galaxy cluster, V moy mean velocity of galaxies contained by the galaxy cluster, R radius of the galaxy clusters, and G gravitational constant. But the observed mass is very inferior relative to the predicted mass using Weyl theorem. The solutions of the theory of Esser. Now we are beginning the part concerning the solution to the previous enigmas given by the modern theory of Esser relative to dark matter. It is based on a fundamental principle, that is the following. Upon A of this principle, the space considered as vacuum is in reality constituted of a substance called dark substance, translucid and constituting dark matter. Upon B, in some cases, due to the expansion of the universe and to the special nature of dark substance, this dark substance can also behave as absolute vacuum without mass. Solution 1 of the theory of dark matter. The first solution, interpreting the galaxies with a flat rotation curve, with our theory of dark matter based on theory of ether, is the following one. We admit the following hypothesis. First hypothesis, first point, as we have seen previously, the dark substance owns a mass. Second point, the dark substance obeys to the law of ideal gas in the galaxy with a flat rotation curve. So this law of ideal gas is P equals K0 rho T, P pressure, K0 constant, rho density, and T temperature. We have represented on figure 3 a spherical concentration of dark matter that we will use in order to obtain the equilibrium equation. Writing this equilibrium equation, we obtain the laws. M of R equals K2R, M of R mass of the sphere with its center O and its radius R, K2 constant. And point B, we obtain V of R is constant, with squared V of R equals 2K0T. V of R, velocity of a star at a distance R of O, T, temperature of the dark substance, and K0, the constant that we previously introduced in the equation of the law of ideal gas, P equals K0 rho T. The baryonic law of Thoulez-Fisher. Now we are going to give the interpretation of the baryonic law of Thoulez-Fisher by the theory of Esser. We assume the two following hypotheses. First, there is a thermal transfer of convective kind between the sphere concentration of dark substance and the intergalactic dark substance. Any proton or neutron not belonging to a charged particle emits a thermal power P equals P0 constant towards dark substance. Writing the equations of thermal equilibrium using the two previous hypotheses, we obtain the baryonic law of Thoulez-Fisher. M equals Kv power 4, with M baryonic mass of the galaxy and charge, V orbital velocity of stars, and K constant. Dark matter in galaxy clusters. Now we are going to give the interpretation of dark matter in galaxy clusters by the theory of Esser. We assume the two following hypotheses. First hypothesis, dark substance in the universe owns a constant density, except inside the spherical concentrations constituting galaxies with a flat rotation curve that we have seen previously. Second hypothesis, because of the expansion of the universe and of the special nature of dark substance, P being a point outside of any baryonic concentration, in P the dark substance behaves as it was absolute vacuum with a nil density in the classical Newtonian equations. With the two previous hypotheses, we obtain the mass of dark substance constitutes the main mass of galaxy clusters. The relation between the velocities of galaxies and the radius of the galaxy clusters, obtained theoretically, is in agreement with observations. Conclusion of the theory of dark matter. The conclusion of the theory of dark matter is expressed in the two following points. This theory solves all the main enigmas connected to dark matter. Point 2, it is compatible with the theory of Newton and the standard cosmological model. Part 2, the new cosmological model plan. Now we are going to expose the second part of modern theory of ether relative to cosmology, meaning the new cosmological model. This part is itself divided in three subparts. First part, the weaknesses of the currently admitted model. We will expose the weaknesses of the currently admitted model, that is the standard cosmological model. In the second part, we'll expose the new cosmological model, theory, and the third part, the consequences of the new cosmological model. Then we'll give a conclusion. Introduction. What is the interest of this new cosmological model? First, it proves that it exists a new cosmological model, alternative to the currently admitted standard cosmological model, SCM, much simpler mathematically, and in agreement with observation. And point 2, the new cosmological model does not contain the weaknesses of the standard cosmological model. The weaknesses of the standard cosmological model. To begin with, we are going to expose the weaknesses of the standard cosmological model that we also name SCM. That is the cosmological model currently admitted. We remind that the SCM is based on a fundamental principle called cosmological principle, that is the following. The physical laws are the same in each point of the universe, homogeneity, and in all directions, isotropy. With the previous cosmological principle, we have in the SCM the following problems. Problem A, the universe does not own any center nor borders. Point B, the SCM does not permit to decide if the universe is finite or infinite, both are possible, despite that an infinite universe or a finite universe without borders seem both to be inconceivable. Problem C, the observations have proved the existence of a special frame in which an electromagnetic radiation called CMB, cosmic microwave background, was isotropic. The existence of such a special frame contradicts special relativity and moreover is not interpreted by the SCM. Point D, in order to interpret the observed cosmological distances and the cosmological redshift Z, and also the value of the Hubble constant h, very much Cz equals hd if z small relative to 1, z cosmological redshift, standard cosmological model needs to introduce the existence of a dark energy and a cosmological constant that are completely artificial. And problem E, SCM uses a cosmological term whose definition is very uncertain. The new cosmological model. The new cosmological model that we proposed is based on 5 hypotheses that are very simple. The first hypothesis is the hypothesis 1, illustrated on figure 1. The universe is a sphere in expansion, universal sphere, filled with dark substance, with a center O and immersed in something called nothingness. So here we have represented this universal sphere with a center O, filled with dark substance, surrounded by nothingness and in expansion. We call nothingness the medium surrounding the sphere, but we could have used another name. Hypothesis 2. The second hypothesis, hypothesis 2, is illustrated on figure 2 and makes appear 2 fundamental kinds of frames that are the universal cosmological frame and local cosmological frames. So the expression of the hypothesis 2 is as following. A, we define a universal cosmological frame fixed, whose spatial origin is the center O of the universal sphere, and the origin of time is the event of the Big Bang. Here I have drawn this universal frame, with origin O, here. Point B, at any point P of the universe, we can define a local cosmological frame whose axes are parallel to the axis of the universal cosmological frame, here. And in this local cosmological frame is such that the clocks and rules fixed in a local cosmological frame give the same intervals of time and distance as the universal cosmological frame. Hypothesis 3. The third hypothesis is the hypothesis 3 that is very simple. The velocity of the borders of the universal sphere measured in the universal cosmological frame that we introduced in hypothesis 2 is constant. So we have Ru of t, the radius of the universal sphere at the cosmological time t. So we have Ru of t is equal to Ct, C being constant. So here we have represented the expansion of the universe in the new cosmological model. Hypothesis 4. The fourth hypothesis, hypothesis 4, defines the comobile points that are the origins of the local cosmological frames introduced in the hypothesis 2. By definition, point A of this hypothesis 4, by definition, the comobile points of the universal sphere are the origins of the local cosmological frames. Point B, if T1 and T2 are 2 times of the universal cosmological frame, with T2 superior to T1, P of T being a comobile point, the vector OP of T1 is collinear to the vector OP of T2, and the ratio OP of T2 divided by OP of T1 is equal to the ratio RU of T2 divided by RU of T1, meaning is equal to the factor of expansion of the universe between T1 and T2, that is T2 divided by T1. So we have represented on figure 5 the comobile point at two different edges of the universe, T1 and T2. Hypothesis 5. To end, we have the last fifth hypothesis, hypothesis 5, that is very simple and concerns the velocity of photons measured in the local cosmological frames. The local velocity in vector of a photon, meaning measured in the local cosmological frame whose origin coincides with the considered photon, has c as norm, c constant velocity of light, and keeps itself as a vector. Consequences of the new cosmological model. The consequences of the new cosmological model are the following. A. The universe owns a center and a border. Consequently, it is not isotropic, even if it can be seen to be isotropic for an observer far off its borders. It is in expansion. B. The universe is finite. Point C. The special frame in which the CMB is isotropic is identified with the local cosmological frame. The isotropy of the CMB is simply interpreted. Point D. Hubble constant, observation of cosmological distances are interpreted without needing to introduce a dark energy. Point E. The new cosmological model predicts in a simple way, h being the Hubble constant, h equals 1 divided by T0, T0 age of the universe, in agreement with observations. Point F. The cosmological time called also age of the universe is simply interpreted as the time measured by clocks at rest in the local cosmological frames. And point J will naturally identify the local cosmological frame with the absolute frame called Ether in the modern theory of Ether. Conclusion. The conclusions concerning the new cosmological model are the following. Point A. The new cosmological model avoids the weaknesses of the SCM. Point B. It interprets all the astronomical observations with a mathematical frame much simpler than the SCM, not using the equations of general relativity, and without using a hypothetical dark energy. PAN-SEE interprets the rest frame of the CMB, cosmic microwave background, contrary to the SCM and contrary to the special relativity theory. References A. We are now going to give the references permitting to obtain the complete modern theory of ether concerning cosmology on which this lecture was based. The cosmological theory of ether presented in this video is detailed in the article Theory of Dark Matter and Dark Energy, Applied Physics Research, Volume 10, Number 5, 2018, author Thierry Delors, open access. The book Théorie d'or 10e édition, author Thierry Delors, edition Books on Demand, Paris, 2020. This book, in French, contains the complete modern theory of ether, including fields linked to general relativity. References B. The modern theory of ether corresponding to special relativity is also presented in the video Modern Theory of Ether New Presentation, author Thierry Delors. To end, the book Théorie d'or 10e édition can be ordered on the sites of Amazon, Books of Demand, www.bod.fr/librairie/ and www.theoridor.com. On the websites HAL, Wickstra, Internet Archive, ResearchGate. The lecture is now finished and we hope that it has interested you.